Hello everybody, my name is Jen the Caffeinated Crafter and welcome back to part 5 of my 2023 End of Year WIP Parade / 2024 Start Parade. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. This is a channel where I talk about all the cross stitch, and if you're returning to my channel, welcome back. Thank you so much for following along in this madness. So, like I said, part 5. Yes, part 5. Quick recap. I have been showing my WIPs and new starts in chunks. At the end of every part, throughout the parts, I've been tallying up my new starts and the pieces that I'm saying that I want to finish. And if you've been marathoning this, I'm just repeating myself over and over. I apologize, but if you're watching in parts or if you missed the other parts, this is just a little bit of a refresher. But I'm tallying up my new starts and the things I'm saying I'm going to finish. And I have big goals set for every project. I have each goal broken down into smaller milestones. I have all of my projects divided up into categories. Some of them are in multiple categories. And I will explain this more in my floss tube update, which will probably be uploading within a day or so. I was originally planning on this airing on December the 30th, and I changed my mind because as soon as this part is done, I'm going to edit to add in the before pictures for the actual WIPs, and then I'm going to work on getting it uploaded. And once this part is uploaded, I'm going to start releasing them all. So Merry Christmas to everybody, because it's going to be released like a week early. But I have all the projects divided into categories, and what I'm going to do, like I said, I'll explain this more in my floss tube update. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm kind of like, I might sound a little weird, but I may be coughing or sniffling. Apologies in advance. But when I pull the basket's coming back, the boards are coming back, and it's going to be multiple boards. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just check out one of my other floss tubes. But the board's coming back, the basket's coming back, and when I drop in the basket and I pull the piece out, I'm going to work towards that, whatever milestone it's on. Of course, all of them are going to be the first milestone, but I'll work towards whatever milestone it's on. When it's done in that category, it will go away until 50% of the WIPs in that category have had a milestone worked on and completed. If it's in multiple categories, I can keep it in the basket until basically all of the categories that it's in, it's been worked on. So like, just for example, A Little Magic from Stitchrovia is in 2 categories. It's in holiday because it is a Halloween piece, and it's also in the Etsy category because I bought it on Etsy. So when I pull it, I would work on it. If it was the first time I was pulling it, I would work on it in the holiday category first, because I have less WIPs in that category. So I'm going to do the one that has, or no, because I can do the one with the most. I was going to do the one with the most in it first. So I would actually work on it in the Etsy category first. When it's done in the Etsy category with that milestone, it's going to stay in the basket because it's still in the running to be pulled for the holiday category. If I pull it again, I would work on it for the holiday category, but I would be working towards milestone number 2. And then if I completed that milestone, then it would go away until 50% of the WIPs had their milestones completed in either holiday or Etsy, and then it would go back in the basket for that category. And this will make more sense once it starts all being kind of put into play. It'll make a lot more sense. But my categories that I have this year are full coverage, holiday, I have 11, I think. Full coverage, holiday, seasonal / series, fancy like, Etsy, Christmas, large kits, small kits, gnomes, sampler-esque, Sal's, and other. So I have 12 categories, unless I didn't count right. So this last part, I'm going to be showing, I'm going to be finishing off the letter S, going through Z. Plus, I have a few pieces that I kind of kitted. I don't really like kit with like DMC in the project bag. I just basically, if it, I got fabric for it. And so I have a few others that need to be put in the proper spot, like back into the alphabetizing. And then I have the WIPs that I've been kind of working on for the past couple weeks. And those are all in my bag down here. So I'll go ahead and basically just show the rest of my stuff today. And then I'll give you the grand total of my numbers. I'm a little nuts. Oh, my shirt today says, what does it say? I'm not, hang on. It says, I'm not responsible for what my face does when you talk. I wish I could have worn that to work today. I can't make myself laugh. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get going here. First up is a WIP. Starting off strong with the WIPs here. And this is from Stony Creek Collection. This is Summer in the Village. So I'll show you what the piece is going to look like, and then I will tell you what the end goal is and what the first, how many milestones it has and what the first milestone is and what categories they're in. I'm not going to tell you every milestone because these videos are already long enough. Okay, Summer in the Village. From Stony Creek, this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I have all 4 of the pieces started. This is in the seasonal / series category. And I am doing this on a 28 count even weave in the color African Daisy. And this is my starting point for next year. I'm doing it 2 threads full cross. I'm liking how it is so far. I have a goal for this one of 6,000 stitches. Here we go. I have a goal for this of 6,000 stitches, 6 milestones. The first milestone is 1,000 stitches. And if you notice, there is a purple mark on my fabric, but I think it'll get covered up from the stitching. It looks like fabric pen or something. I didn't do it. Whoever cut my fabric did it. It's okay though, I don't care. All right, so like I said, that's in the seasonal / series category. Okay, next up is a new start. This is, what is this? It's one of my full coverage starts. I'm sad because I'm not going to get to start all the full coverage pieces I wanted to. I still have like 8 or 9 that I wanted to start, but I didn't get the fabric cut in time. And then I was like starting to get overwhelmed trying to get everything done. And I was like, you know what? Just whatever. I'll wait until 2025. Oh my God, where is this? I'm looking for it on Pattern Keeper. Here it is. That's not what I want. Okay, Summer Hollyhocks. This is a crop from the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by Dempsey Essick. This is 441 by 595. It has 107 colors. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am super duper excited about this one. I am so excited. It looks so good with the mason jar and the hummingbird and the flowers. I'm so excited about this one. I'm just going to be doing this on a 30 count China fabric that I picked up off of AliExpress. And I have a goal of 4%. It's broken down into 8 milestones. The first milestone is 0.5%. There's 262,395 stitches. So 262, 395 times percent is, so that'll be just over 1,300 stitches, like 1,312 stitches to get to 0.5%. Okay, next up is a WIP. And let me get back to, oh, I didn't tell you what categories this was. Oh my God, what is happening? There we go. Summer Hollyhocks is in the full coverage category. There we go. Okay, next up is a WIP. This is from Color Design Studio. This is Summer Sampler. Artwork is by Sandy Orton. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I have all 4 of these started as well. This is in 2 categories. It's in seasonal / series, and then it is also in sampler-esque. And I am doing this 2/2, unless it calls for 1 thread, of course, but 2/2 on a 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. And that is my starting point. Look how good that looks. A little stringy string. Look how good that looks so far. I love it. I have a goal of 7,000 stitches. My God, 7,000 stitches for this. So I made these goals. Like some of them, I was like, oh, like I had very high hopes for them. Kind of like I did my WIP parade last year, where I'm like, yeah, I can get all this done. And then as I was getting towards the end, I'm like, let's get a little bit more realistic. 3,000 here, 4,000 here. This one apparently was when I was gung-ho. 7,000 stitches, 7 milestones. The first milestone is 1,000 stitches. And what I'm hoping is that the ones that are in that are in multiple categories, I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a lot of work done on them, because I can work on them multiple times before the first one is like, I can work on them. Oh my God. I'm working on them for multiple categories, which means I'll be able to work on them more often. There we go. Okay, next up is a WIP, and this is from Stitchrovia on Etsy. This is Summertime. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I got to double check the PDF. I don't believe there's any back stitching. I could be wrong. View PDF. Real quick, let me just double check and see. Whole stitches. Yeah, no, I believe this one has no back stitching in it, from what I can see. So, Summertime. I'm doing this on I think it's a 14 count opalescent Aida, 2 strands full cross, and I am currently sitting at 2,851 stitches done out of 9,416. I have this at 30.28%. This is my starting point for the year. I have a goal to finish it. It's my first called finish for this batch. Oh no, I dropped my pen. That's okay. I have another one over here. Okay, so I have a goal to finish it. This is in the Etsy category, and I have this broken down into 7 milestones, with the first milestone being to get it to 40%. Okay, next up is a new start. And it is a Dimensions Gold Collection Petite. I know I complain about the dimensions and the back stitching and all that, and yet I keep torturing myself by buying them. Dimensions Gold Collection Petite. This is Sunflower Garden. Isn't that cute? And this is in 2 categories. This is in small kits and it's in full coverage because as you can see, it is a full coverage piece. I'm just going to be using whatever comes in the kit. This is the thread for it. Very colorful, cheerful. I like it. And I said I want to finish it. Was I smoking crack? Like what? I have it broken down into 12 milestones. I think I was kind of estimating how many stitches it was going to take. I have the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. Goals. So there are some where I'm kind of like if I'm calling them to be finishes, I'm estimating how many stitches it's going to take. In those cases, the goal will trump the milestones. So like with this piece, let's be funny and say I got goal 12 done. Or milestone. Say I worked on this and I got all 12 milestones done and the piece wasn't quite finished yet. The goal trumps the milestones. I will make another milestone to just finish the rest of it. It's not going to happen now. Next up is a WIP. This is from I'm a Big Fat Liar. This is a new start. This is Sunflower Mandala from Kitty and Me Designs. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm going to be doing this on a 28 count white Monaco 2/2. I need to get the Kreinik. Actually, I think I may have purchased the Petite Treasure Braid in like a gold color. I may have done that. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I have to look. Anywho, Sunflower Mandala is in the Fancy Light category. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches, one of the more realistic ones, 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. That's more of a realistic one. All right. Next up is a WIP. This one is a WIP. I know it's in here. This is one of my blackwork pieces. This is from Peppermint Purple on Etsy. She also has a website. She is also on Facebook. She does a free blackwork sale every year. You would think I would have included that in my new starts, right? Right? Did I? No. This is Sunny Waves. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is in the other category. We'll see next year, I may add a blackwork category because I am starting a few blackwork pieces and I will be adding more to them. So I may add a blackwork category in. I felt like 12 categories was enough. I'm doing this on a 14 count Aida with the called for DMC. This is my starting point. Is that upside down? It is upside down, my bad. This is my starting point. There we go. That's right. This is my starting point. And let me get you closer so you can see. I can't see you though. I can't see what I'm showing. There we go. There we go. You can see that better now. I have a goal of 6,000 stitches on this. Really, it'll be more of like 12,000 because I'm saying 6,000. And when I count it for the Facebook games that I play, I have to, every 2 back stitches, which is essentially, this is a big back stitch piece, essentially. Every 2 stitches counts as 1 stitch. So really for this one, it's more like 12,000. I'm saying 6,000 as in like what I count for my games. So I have a goal of 6,000 stitches divided into 6 milestones. The first milestone is 1,000 stitches. think my sister and my nephew got me sick. Did I say that in my last, because I filmed part 4 2 days ago, and I was sick then too. My nephew has the daycare crud. He gave it to my sister, and I saw them over the weekend, and I think they gave it to me. That's okay though. All right, next up is another WIP. This is from Stitchrovia. Sorry. This is Sweet Bee. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I really love this piece a lot. And what I have done so far, it looks so good. I'm doing this on a 28 count Jobelin in the color Lamb's Wool over 2 over 2 when it needs to be 2. And that is my starting point for the year. I have a goal of 6,000 stitches on this one. 6 milestones. The first milestone is 1,000 stitches, and this is in the Etsy category. I love Stitchrovia pieces, if you can't tell. All right, next up is a new start. And this is a Dimensions kit. It is called Sweet Cow. My mom got this for me. I'm trying to think. I have to... Ma, are you doing the male or the female? She's doing one, and she wants me to do the other one. And I don't remember if she's doing the one with the flowers or if I'm doing the one with the flowers. I do not remember, because you can stitch it with or without the flowers. So she wanted one of each. And so I was going to do one, she's going to do the other. She gave this to me last year, and I'm like, you are aware this will not get done for a long time, right? And she's like, I know, because she's still working on hers too. So I'm either going to be doing this one or I'm going to be doing this one. I have to find out. Anyway, I'm just using whatever comes in the kit. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on this, divided into 6 milestones. The first milestone is 500 stitches, and it is in the large kits category. All right, next up is another new start. This is a small kit from Design Works called Taco Time. My friend Brandy stitched this already, and I think it was Brandy that stitched it, and it turned out so cute. Look at them, they're having a party. They're having a taco party, and the tacos shaking maracas, and the avocado and the nacho chip are dancing. It's so cute. Okay, so I have a goal to finish this. And I have it. I'm just going to use whatever comes in the kit. It's like a 14 count white Aida. I have a goal. I already said I have a goal to finish it. I have it divided into 5 milestones, and the first milestone will be to cross stitch the taco. Now, was I saying that I was going to cross stitch the taco and the maracas that it's holding? No, I think it was just cross stitching the taco, because the next one is to finish the taco. Okay. And this is in the small kits category. Did I say that already? I don't know. If I didn't, I just did. Next up is another new start. This is a small kit from Artiste. And it is called Tea Time. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm just going to do whatever comes in the kit. This is also in the small kits category. And I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on this. I have it divided into 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. Next up is a WIP. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. It is the Sewing Desk by Amy Stewart. This is regular size, regular color. It is 525 by 375, has 87 colors. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is in the full coverage category. Don't shut off on me. Full coverage category. I have 7,871 stitches done out of 196,875. I am at 4%. Let me make sure I show the right way up. I'm doing 2 strands, half cross on 25 count, easy count Lugana. Yeah, that's right. This is my starting point for the year. For some reason, I started in the middle. I don't know why, but that's my starting point for the year. I have a goal to get this to 10%. I have it divided into 6 milestones. The first milestone is 2,000 stitches. Okay, next up is another WIP. This is an old Dimensions kit that I've had for like 150 million years. I'm trying to think of what my oldest one would be now, because I finished Glory of Autumn. That really wasn't that old. I finished Wild Call in Winter. That one was an old one. This might be one of my oldest ones. 3 bird watchers, 3 kitties sitting in the window looking at the birds. Designed by Martha Edwards. Copyright 1997. I was in high school when I got this. So this might be my oldest WIP. Might be my oldest WIP. This is my starting point for, and look how far I've gotten. This is my starting point for the year. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches. I have it divided into 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And like I said before, this is in the large kits category. It's really cute. I don't know. I don't know why it's like, I still have it. Probably for the same reason I have all these other WIPs. Okay, next up is a new start. Sorry. I already apologized for it, but apologies for the coughing. This is from, it's a retired piece, so it's no longer available. This is from Pain Free Crafts. The Toy Shop by Steve Crisp. This is 600 by 450. I don't know how many colors it is. I have no clue. Anyway, Toy Shop. Retired piece from Pain Free Crafts. She was retiring a bunch of his artwork, and when I heard that, I went and snatched all of his shop pieces up. I already have Sweet Shop started. I will be starting this one. Cake Shop I showed already, and then I have one more. I still have the Pharmacy. I won't be starting the Pharmacy this year. That'll probably be next year. Just because I didn't get the fabric cut, not because I didn't want to. I'll be doing it on 30 count China Aida fabric, whatever it is. I have a goal to get it to 5%. 270,000 stitches total. And whoops, times. I have it divided into 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 0.5%, which is 1,350 stitches for the first milestone. And this is it's in two categories. It's in full coverage, and then it's in seasonal / series, because I consider all of these shop pieces to be in a series. Okay, next up is a new start. This is a Dimensions Gold Collection. I just can't help myself. I whine and moan about the Dimensions kits, and yet I keep getting them. This is a Treasure Time. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'll be using whatever comes in the kit. It is a 16 count gray Ada. That's what I'll be stitching it on. I have a goal of 5,000 stitches. I have it divided into 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And this is in two categories. It is in large kits, and it's in Christmas. Actually, I need to fold this so it goes in easier. Let me just fold it right here. There we go. All right. Next up is a whip. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio. Trucks and Goldens. This is a crop, and I believe this piece is getting retired at the end of this year. I believe this is getting retired at the end of this year. So if you're watching this before December the 31st, 2023, and you like it, you better head on over to thecrossstitchstudio.com and go buy it. Good luck trying to find it, because I can't find it here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Trucks and Goldens. It's a snippet of a larger piece. Artwork is by Greg Giordano. 175 by 175. It has 88 colors. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I've seen 2 people stitch this up, and it is adorbs. This has a total, I have 3,067 stitches done out of 37, I lied, don't listen to me. I have 3,067 stitches done out of 30,625. I am at 10.01%. I am stitching this on a 14 count Ada, 2 strands, full cross. And this is my starting point right here. It's going to be kind of big because it's on 14 count, but that's okay. I have a goal to, whoa. I have a goal to get it to 50%. 6 milestones. The first milestone is 2,000 stitches, and this is in the full coverage category. So these goals, like these big goals, they're not, and I've said this multiple times, but I don't want you to freak out, because for 2023, my plan was to have the goals done by the end of the year, right? It's not necessarily my plan to have all these goals done by the end of the year. I mean, I'm like pretending like they're going to be done at the end of the year, but I wasn't intending on them being done by the end of the year. What I wanted was the opportunity to be able to work on them throughout the year. So I could pull this in January, I could pull it again in July, I could pull it again in November. I'll get to work on it all throughout the year. That was really my intention behind doing these milestones and goals. I need the milestones because I need a good stopping point where I can just take a break from it. I've learned that over the past couple years that I need to be able, like, I need to have the ability to say, okay, I'm at a good stopping point. Let's go ahead and set this aside. If I actually happen to hit one of these big goals, then that piece, because if I've worked on enough to hit one of these big goals, that piece does need to be put away so I can work on other stuff. Okay, next up is, hold up, let me go ahead and, here it is. No. One moment, is I need, I'm missing something. I have one of my band samplers. What did I do with the other one? What did I do with the other band sampler? It was hiding. I got it. It was trying to hide. Okay. Next up is a new start. This is Twisted Band Sampler from Northern Expressions. I got the cross stitch versions of both of these. So Twisted Band Sampler, that's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm going to be doing this on a 28 count white Jobelin. I'm going to be doing this in DMC. I'm not doing it in the silks. That's going to be too much for me, like dollar-wise. And this is 21,989 stitches. I have a goal. This is in, hang on, Treasure Time, Twisted Band Sampler. This is in 2 categories. This is in Sampleresque, and it is also in seasonal/series. I have a goal of 8,000 stitches divided into 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. And then the next one is the Twisted Rainbow Sampler. And that is what that one will look like. There we go. This is also in Sampleresque and seasonal/series. Another new start. And I will be doing this on a 28 count black Jobelin. Over 2 with DMC. That's 28 count, right? Yeah. Okay. I was about to say, I'm be mad if I got different counts. I wanted them to be like the same count. And I have a goal of 7,000 stitches on this one. 7 milestones. The first milestone is 1,000 stitches. And does it have about the same stitch count? It should. I think it does. 21,915. About the same. All right. Next up is, oh no. So I was talking in one of my Facebook games, and I was like, there's a couple Stephanies in the group. It's for my Survival of the Stitchiest group. And I was like, hey, which one of y'all speaks French? Because the other day one of them had said, oh, I speak French, blah, blah, blah. I was like, which one of y'all speaks French? Because I have this one kit, and I'm going to sound like a jackass if I say it wrong. It's from Artiste. This is a new start. I told her, I said, I'm going to end up saying like un poulet. But I think it's like pool, un pool, une. I don't know. A chicken. It's a chicken. We're just going to call it the chicken piece. And all this border here is all stitched. So this is, this should actually be in 2 categories. Wait, maybe. What's that side over there? Is that stitched? I think it is. This should actually be in 2 categories. This should be in, it's in large kits, and yeah, I'm gonna end up putting this in 2 categories, large kits and full coverage. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on this, 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And y'all are gonna have to bear with me for a minute because I need to fix that now while I'm thinking about it on my spreadsheet. Let me just do that real quick. Large kits and, what did I say? Full coverage. Let me jump over to this one over here. Change that to red so I know it's in multiple categories. Okay. All right, back to business. Next up is a new start. And I had shown, I got 2 patterns together, Peacock and Unicorn from Teresa Winsler. I showed Peacock in, I think it was part 4 maybe. And this is the other one, Unicorn. And I will be doing this on, I want to say the same fabric. It's like a 28 count, which it's hard to see with the lighting, but it's Summer Sky, so it's like it basically looks like it's light blue with like splotches of white like clouds, which I thought would be perfect for that because it's not a full coverage. So the Unicorn piece here, it is in the Fancy Light category, and I have a goal of 3,000 stitches, 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. Okay. Next up is another new start. And this is out of one of my books. I have all 3 of the Emma Congdon cross stitch books, Cross Stitch for the Soul, Cross Stitch for the Heart, Cross Stitch for the Earth. I'm not starting every single pattern, even though I want to. I am going to be starting more of them next year. I can tell you that much. The only reason I didn't start all of them now is because of fabric. Is this it? Unplug. That's not it. Ah, here it is. I'm calling it Unplug. She doesn't really have any names for these pieces, but it says unplug and go outside. I like that. Do I go outside? No. Why don't I go outside? Because I am 50% potato. I like to stay indoors. I'm going to be doing this on a 14 count white Aida. I marked the top so I knew which direction this fabric went. I have a goal of 7,000 stitches, 7 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. And this is in the other category. All right. Next up is a WIP. And this is from Stitching Moon Designs. Just had a baby. Congratulations, Megan. Shouldn't just have a baby. Recently, past few months, had a baby. Where is it? Can't find it. It's Villa Lorna. if I can, oh, here it is. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I think I just saw on Instagram that she just picked it back up and she's working on it too. She's a lot further along than I am though. I am currently at 10,200 stitches done out of 203,040. I am at 5.02%. This is in the full coverage category. I am doing 2 strands, half cross on 28 count, easy count Lugana. This is where I'm at, upper left-hand corner start. I had started doing Royal Rose and I was not really digging. I was starting to notice lines. I'm not about that life. So I stopped and I'm slowly working all these part threads in, and then I will go back in and fill in the missing stitches. I have a goal to get this to 15%. Okay, I have a goal to get this to 15%. I have it divided into 10 milestones. The first milestone is 2,000 stitches. Okay, I said it's in the full coverage category, right? I think so. All right. Okay, next up is a new start. And this is a Mill Hill kit. This is the Buttons and Beads Winter Series Christmas Village. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I have a goal to finish it. Not that many finishes in this one. I have a goal to finish it. And this is in 3 categories. It's in small kits, because it's a kit. Fancy like, because I think that the Mill Hill kits are fancy. And it's in Christmas. So I have a goal to finish it. Right now I have 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. Next up is a new start. This is a kit from Artiste, and it is called Vintage Style. And the background, like that brownish background, is printed on the fabric, I believe. Yeah. So the background is printed, and I'm just going to be stitching within the background. Whatever. The hat and the word, like the stuff. I'm just stitching the stuff. It's not the background. I have a goal of 5,000 stitches on this. 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And this is in 2 categories. It's in large kits and it's in fancy like. My fancy likes are just stuff I think is fancy. All right. Next up is another kit, or another new start. It is a kit. Oh, you know what? Hold up. Yes, I'm going to put that in my lap. Don't let me forget. No, I'll just show it after. Wait, I'll show it after. Okay, new start. This is a small kit that my mom had picked up for me. Everything comes in it. I'm calling it Wander. I don't know who makes it. It's just some random like cheap store kit. This is the piece. And that stitching looks like absolute dog shit. But I want to stitch it so that I make it look better. And then I can be like, haha, this is how it should look. Yeah, it's just, it's not good. It's a cute piece though. Like the design itself is cute. I have a goal to finish it. And I have it divided into 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And this is in the small kits category. Next up is a WIP. This is a retired chart from Pain Free Crafts. Wanderlust Camping. I gotta find it. You know, I'm inserting like beginning of the year photos. I really should just insert the mock-ups too. I may start doing that so I don't have to. Here it is. So I don't have to sit here and like scroll up and down. All right, Wanderlust Camping by Lars Stewart. This is $4.97 by $3.27. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 28 maybe count, easy count Lugana. And this is my starting point for the year. I have 1,625 stitches done out of 162,519. I am at 1%. I have a goal of 7,000 stitches, 7 milestones. First milestone is 1,000 stitches. And this is in the full coverage category. So that will probably get me to like maybe what, 4 or 5%, because it's like 1,600 for 1%. All right, next up is a new start. This is a kit from DesignWorks. I should put these things in the seasonal / series category because of what they are. I'm going to use whatever comes in the kit. This is from Krista Hamrick, Wedding ABC. I have Christmas ABC, Baby ABC, Ocean ABC, Wedding ABC. I've already done, what's it called? Like Crafting ABC? I don't remember what the name of it. That's hanging up on my wall over by my kitchen, actually. But this is Wedding ABC. I don't have anybody I have this like intended to go to. I have a goal of 5 letters, like 5 letter blocks. And it looks like I'm going to have to count to the upper left-hand corner because my first block, which is blocked off by this, is going to be block A, which is appetizers? What is it? Hang on. What's block A? Nobody knows. Block A. Oh, anniversary. Appetizers. Oh, man. That's how much I love food. I just automatically go, A, appetizer. Yeah, so that will be my first goal. Milestone will be to get the letter A block completed. And this is in the large kits category. Oh, and it's in Fancy Light because it's for a wedding. Like I said, I don't have anybody that this is like intended for. I just really love pieces like this, like the alphabet blocks. I mean, hell, there's like a one for kids that's like construction, and there's a cowboy one. Kind of tempted to do them just because I love them so much. Next up is a WIP, and this is an artiste kit. I should probably pull out the actual piece so I can show you my starting point. This is Welcome Friends. I think am I calling it Welcome Friends? No, I'm just calling it Welcome. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm using whatever comes in the kit. I have this much done. This is my starting point for the year. And I have a goal to finish it. God. I have a goal to finish it. I have it divided into 4 milestones, with the first milestone to be the E over here, and to do the chicken up here. So basically kind of get this area right here done. Okay. Next up is a new start. And this is from Stitching with the Housewives, Welcome Home Fall. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I think oh no, did I buy the fabric for this? Anyway, I'm doing it in 14 count black Aida. So Welcome Home Fall just calls for Classic Colorworks, but I think I'm just going to use the DMC. I think I'll just use DMC. Because I don't have all those Classic Colorworks colors. And I have a goal to finish it. I have it divided into 12 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. And this, welcome, I don't think I said it. Welcome is in the small kits category. Welcome Home Fall is in the seasonal / series category. I don't have any of the other Welcome Home pieces yet, but it is a fall piece, which is seasonal. Okay. This next one is another new start, and it is When I Think of Halloween by Puntini Puntini. Look how cute that is, huh? And it just calls for some DMC. I'm going to be doing this on a 16 count Aida. I have no idea it's a printed fabric. And it's in the color Spooky Hollow. I like that. I like it a lot. That's kind of cool. So I have, yeah, I like it a lot. I have a goal to finish it. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. I have it divided into 7 milestones, with the first milestone. Oh my, I just looked over at my hair. My hair's all jacked up. I was at work today, and I wear a surgical cap to work, mainly so I don't have to worry about messing with my hair. Now it's all messed up. Okay, I have this divided into 7 milestones, with the first milestone to be LOW, because I'm going to start in the middle. So the L, the O, and the W. And that is not including, it's going to include the eyeball, but it's not including the bird, the hat, or the gravestone. That's a different milestone. And this is in the holiday category. Technically, this could go in the seasonal / series categories, because she has multiple When I Think of, she has When I Think of every holiday, every season, activities. Like, she has all kinds of When I Think of, but I think that's the only one I have. All right, next up is a WIP. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio, and this is White Tiger Ghost. This is a crop of a larger version of this, because I just wanted to kind of focus on his face. Artwork is by Jeremy Paul. This is 300 by 300. It has 59 colors. That is what he's going to look like when he's done. Boop. He's so, I want to scratch his nose. I currently have 4,500 stitches done out of 90,000. I am at 5%. I'm doing this on a 14 count Aida. 2 strands full cross. And this is my starting point for the year. Hang on, let me get my goal thing here. That's my starting point. I'm at 5%. I want to get this to 15%. I have it divided into 5 milestones, with the first milestone to be to get it to 7%. Which I think is going to be about 2,000 stitches. You can already see some detail. I'm not talking about spots, but you can already see some detail coming through, like his, what's it called? I think I called them eyeball whiskers last time. His eyelashes, maybe? I kind of like eyeball whiskers, though. Anyway. So, yeah. Goal of 15%, and he is in the full coverage category. All right, next up is a new start. This is from the Cricut collection, and this is winter. I'll be starting all 4 of these. I felt like the fabric was a little bit too light for this because of all the white. So I'm going to be doing it on a 28 count even weave from Fiber on a Whim in the color Blueberry. I think that's going to look really, really good. It's actually a little bit more blue than what's showing right now, because you know how the camera loves to pick up color. A little bit better. So, I have a goal of 4,000 stitches divided into 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And this is in the seasonal / series category. All right, next up is a whip, and this is from Stony Creek Collection. This is Winter in the Village, and this is what it's going to look like when it is done. I'm doing this on 28 count in Summer Sky over 2. 28 count even weave in the color Summer Sky. 2 over 2. That is my starting point for the year. I have some of the back stitching done in this already, as you can see. I have a goal of 6,000 stitches, 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. And this is in the seasonal / series category. I'm trying to like do that without being like too gross. Everyone does it though. So whatever. Okay. Next is another whip. This is from Cooler Design Studio. This is Winter Sampler. Artwork by Sandy Orton. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm doing this on a 28 count tea-dyed Monaco 2 over 2. And this is, I have a thread hanging. Not really sure why. Probably because I had a lot of it left. I figured why not. That is my starting point for the year. I have a goal of 6,000 stitches on this, divided into 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. And It is in 2 categories. It is in seasonal / series, and it is in sampler-esque. Oops, you need to go back in there. Hang on, I'm struggling. Bear with me. There we go. Just had to slide the bottom of those over. Okay, next up is another new start. This is another retired chart from Pain Free Crafts. This is one of the Steve Crisp ones that I was telling you that is in that shop series. I'm calling it a series. This is Wool Shop. And it's 600 by 429. And this is what it's going to look like when it is done. I have a goal of 6,000 stitches divided into 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches, and there are a total of 257,400 stitches in this piece. And it is in 2 categories. It's in full coverage, and it's in seasonal series. All right, next up. Okay. So next up is a series, 12 patterns. It's the Year of Gnomes Stitch Along from Cross Stitch for Everyone. I have one of the gnomes started, but I'm going to try, I'm just going to show you, let me show you the one that I have started already first. So I started May, and well, I could probably just show you that one because it's almost done. This is the May gnome, and I am currently, I'm going to be doing them all on 28 count white monoco, 1/1 full cross. That's where I'm at with the May gnome so far. I am at 75.98% on that one. I have 5,598 stitches done out of 7,368, and there's no back stitching in these. So this is where I'm at with the May gnome. And my goal, so I have 11 new starts in this batch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I'm wanting to finish all of them, all 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the May gnome, I have 2 milestones for it. The first one will be to get it to 85%. All of the other ones, I'm just going to do this one like nice and quick. All of the other ones, my first are about 7 milestones, right? Yeah, all the other ones are 7 milestones, with the first milestone to be, will be to get them to 15%. I'm going to be starting them on kind of like, you know, multiple ones on the same piece of fabric, but I will be finishing them separately if I ever finish them. So that's why I'm counting them as separate starts. This is the July gnome. Isn't it cute? And this was from the Year of Gnome Stitch Along from 2020, I believe. And let me scroll down to the rest of them. They're out of order because I'm not scrolling up and down, trying to find them in order. This is February. So adorbs. And then this one is This one is December. Looks like a little gingerbread cookie. And this one is August. A little watermelon snowman. That's cute. I hope I call that one soon because that one's really cute. This one is April. I like that one a lot too. And here is January. A little winter coat and hat. And this one is March. And this one is June. That one's really cute. September with the apples. I like back to school. And October, my birthday month. And November with the leaves. And I've seen them stitched up on Facebook and they're really, really cute. So I'm excited to start them. So like I said, I'll be doing them on a 28 count white Monaco, 1/1 full cross, all 12. But because they're like kind of like in a series, so they're in the, they should actually be in, wait a minute. Hold on. Did I mess this up? They're in the Gnomes category. That's funny. I put them in the Gnomes category on my category list, but I put them in seasonal series and the SALs. So they're going to be in 3 categories. Seasonal series, SALs, and Gnomes. They're going to be in 3 categories. That I will fix later. I'm actually going to set that aside so I remember to fix that afterwards. That's going to be a lot for me to type out. Okay. Next up is a new start. And this is from Stitchman Darcy. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm going to be doing this on a 14 count white Aida. And I have a goal to finish it. I have it in Pattern Keeper. I have it divided into 7 milestones, with the first milestone being 15%. And it's in 2 categories. It's in Christmas and it's in Etsy. I think I'm actually going to be showing the other piece I have from him as well in a little bit. Next up is another new start. This is from Cross Stitch Studio, and it is Zinnia Garden. I'm like sliding down. I'm sitting on my pillow to kind of give me some back support, and I'm like sliding down the pillow ever so slowly. Here it is. Okay. Artwork is Dempsey Essick. It is 667 by 500, 96 colors. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I have a goal of 6,000 stitches. I have it divided into 6 milestones. First milestone is 1,000 stitches, and I will be doing it on that 30 count China fabric that I have. And it is in the full coverage category. That stays over there. Okay, so that is it for that bin, that fabric bin. But I have others to show. I'm not done. No worries. It's not going to be an hour-long bin. Okay. Let's go ahead and move over to, fix my pants. They're like, pant legs are riding up. Okay, let's go ahead and move over to this bag right here. Okay, so this is from Heaven and Earth Designs, California Dreaming. If you watch my channel for this past year, these are all going to be pieces that I have been working on the past couple weeks, so you know about like their goals and stuff. I did not meet my goal for this piece. All right, so Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Jeff Haney. This is max color. It's 700 by 501 with 240 colors. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I almost said I have a goal of 25%. Actually, I still have a goal of 25%. That's going to be my goal, is to continue to try to get it to 25%. Let me just scroll up to it. Now I'm jumping back into like stuff that I couldn't show before. Okay, California Dreaming. It is in the full coverage category. I'm doing this two strands half cross on 25 count easy count Lugana. And I may have shown the before pictures in multiple. I think I got one screenshot. But this is where I'm at with it so far. I'll bring it in closer. But this is my starting point for next year. And I have it divided into 14 milestones, with the first milestone being to increase it by 0.5%. I can't see you. There we go. So I've gotten a lot of it done that I wanted to get done. I have parked threads hanging here and there. I work down here. I'll show my floss tube. Never mind. I still have to film a floss tube. I'll show more of that. I am currently at 65,855 stitches done out of 350,700. I am at 18.78%. Okay. Maybe what I'll do, depending on the time, I may go ahead and just film a floss tube tonight and then just air it Sunday. As soon as I get this like filmed and uploaded, or edited and uploaded, I'm going to sort these into where they're supposed to belong, where they're supposed to go. And because it's almost 8 o'clock already, I don't know if I'm going to stitch tonight. So I may go ahead and just film a floss tube and pull new project. I'm spoiling my plans for my floss tube. What am I doing? Okay, next up is a retired piece from Pain Free Crafts. If you want to see retired pieces, apparently come to my channel because I'm stitching all of them. Retired piece from Pain Free Crafts. This is Day to Night Iceland. Artwork is by Lars Stewart. It is 600 by 430. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm doing it 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. And Iceland. It's in 2 categories. It's in full coverage and it's in seasonal / series. And this is my starting point for the year. I've been keeping it in the Q-snap because I haven't moved out of this area. I've been stitching in hand a lot. My goal is to get 10,000 stitches on it. I have it divided into 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. Let me loosen this so it's not so tight. While it's in the bag. Next up is from Stitching Jewels Design, and this is called Sea Turtle. It's a monochrome piece. It is, what size is it? 270 by 150. Not full coverage. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I currently have 1,100 stitches done out of 8,334. I am at 13.2%. I'm doing this on an 18 count Aida in the color Coastal by Picture This Plus. Let me figure out front and back and up and down. And this is my starting point for next year. So I'm at 13.2%. My only regret is I kind of wish I would have done this in like a grayish color on this fabric as opposed to black, but it's whatever. It's fine. And I have a goal to finish it. That was my original goal for this year, was to finish it. I have it divided into 8 milestones, with the first milestone to get it to 25%. I don't know how many stitches that is. Oops. How many stitches do I have done? 1,100. So to get it to the first milestone, it'll be 9,000. There's not even 9,000 stitches in it. 983 stitches to get it to the first milestone. And this is in, I want to say Etsy. I want to say it's in the Etsy category. Sea Turtle. Where's that at? Yeah, it's in the Etsy category. Did I tell you Day to Night Iceland categories? It's in full coverage and it's in seasonal series. But I didn't say that already. All right, next up is a Design Works kit, Coffee Break. I actually really love working on this piece. I'm gonna be sad when I'm done with it because I love working on it so much. You ever have one of those pieces where you were like so happy to be working on it that you kind of put off finishing it because you love working on it so much? That's how I feel about this piece. Coffee Break. The cover is beat all to hell. Let me see. Artwork is by Krista Hamrick. Oh, Coffee Break. It's in the large kits category. I'm using whatever came in the kit. Spoiler for when you see my floss tube after all this. This is my starting point for next year. So spoiler alert, I got that block done and I started on this one. So there we go. And where's my card? Looking for my goals card for this. Did I not do one? I didn't do one. I didn't do a goals card. Do I have an index card around here? Okay, so let's just say I don't have an index card, but I do have some Post-it notes. We'll do a temporary one while I make one out. We're going to say, let's get, how many stitches? Let's say We'll do 500 stitches on each milestone, and we'll just say a goal of like, what, 6,000 stitches? So however many, 12. That'll be 12 milestones. And it's in the large kits category. So I ain't gonna get that goal done, because that's a lot of milestones to get done, and there's a lot of pieces in the large kits category. I can't believe I didn't have an index card for that. I thought I had one for all of them. Okay, next up is a whole lot of latte. This is one of my older WIPs. From Dimensions. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I like the piece, and the colors are really nice. I just fucking hate stitching on it. I don't know why. I'm doing this on 14 count black Aida that you're seeing through. Let's do that. There we go. That's better. 14 count black Aida. That's my starting point for next year. I've gotten a lot done. Oh. Why do I have 2 cards? That's weird. I did 2 cards for a whole lot of latte. Okay. I have a goal of 4,000 stitches for a whole lot of latte. 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. All right. Get this closed. Next up is from Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Rainbow Castle Max Color. From artwork is by Ciro Marchetti. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. Very colorful, very busy. I'm excited. It is, sorry. It is 550 by 738. It has 239 colors. Hang on. Rainbow Castle. It's in 2 categories. It's in full coverage and it's in fancy like. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. Here is my starting point for next year. Let me just do that. Starting point for next year. I am currently at, 2,398 stitches done out of 405,900. I am at 0.59%. And I have a goal of 10,000 stitches, 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. Next up is from Sugar Stitches Design. This is Cupid's Cafe. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. Hey, Mr. Whiskers. Hello, my boy. Hi, baby. He's sitting under the tree. Hello, my boy. All right. I'm doing this with the call for DMC 2 strands, full cross on 28 count baby pink even weave over 2. That is my starting point for next year. As you can see, I failed miserably on finishing these whips up, if you've been watching me at all. I still have a goal to finish this. Where's my pen? I still have this set to be a finish. I have it divided right now into 12 milestones. The first milestone is 500 stitches. And this is in, I want to say maybe holiday. Cupid's Cafe. It's in other. Actually, it should be in holiday. It's like Valentine's Day. Why do I have it in other? I wasn't thinking. It's only going to be in one category anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, but I'm trying to keep it like in the in the leaflet, because this fabric wrinkles like nobody's business. It's like more wrinkled than my forehead. So I'm trying to keep it straight. So I need to change this category because it should be in holiday. All right, next up is, what's it called? From Lola Crow. Haunted Library Sal. All right. So, Haunted Library Sal from Lola Crow cross stitch. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm doing this on an 18 count vintage country mocha, 2 strands, full cross. This is my starting point for next year. I have part of the prologue done. I have this set to be a finish. I went from not being able to do the prologue this year to saying, hey, I want to finish it next year. I have it divided into 11 milestones, with the first milestone to be to finish the prologue. And this is in, I know it's in Sal's, because it is a Sal. Haunted Library Sal. Oh, it's in the Sal's category. Actually, I have to adjust this one too now that I think about it. Because really, it should be in Etsy, because that's where I got it. And it could technically be in holiday, because it's Halloween-y. I have to do some adjustments on my categories. Next up is a retired chart from Pain Free Crafts. This is Sweet Shop by Steve Crisp. I should have gotten this goal done. I could have, but I was not feeling it. I was like, I do not want to work on it. 650 by 469. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. Wish I would have made it to the percentage that I was shooting for, but alas, it didn't happen. But that's okay. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. And this is my starting point for next year. I have a goal of 8,000 stitches on this, 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. I'm just now realizing that I don't have a beverage in front of me, and I'm thirsty. This is in 2 categories. It's in full coverage and it's in seasonal series. Next up, I think this is going to be over 2 hours because I still have a ways to go. Okay, next up is my Magic Potion Temperature Cell from Teeny Weeny X Stitch on Etsy. And this is what it could potentially look like when it's done. The potion bottles are all days of the month. January through December. My December's cut off on my printer. I'm doing this on a 32 count linen from Bestitch Me called It's a Mystery. Doing it 2/2. And this is my very pathetic progress starting point for next year. My original goal was to have it done. And as you can see, I am nowhere near that. It is Pattern Keeper compatible, so I'm super stoked about that. I am actually, let me find it and I'll tell you what my percentage is. I am at 17.99% complete. I have 5,000 stitches done out of 27,786. I have this, hang on, let me do this so I can show you the piece again. I have it set to be a finish. We'll see if it happens. I have it divided into 16 milestones, with the first milestone being to get it to 23%. I think I was trying to like even it out without making the milestones like too redonkulous. That's why I said 23. And sorry. Magic Potion Temperature Cell. It's in 2 categories. It's in Etsy and it's in Sal's. Okay, next up is from Cross Stitch Studio. This was a limited edition piece called Mr. Grinch. And this was supposed to be a finish for me, and it was not. 175 by 210. It has 30 colors. This is not a full coverage. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm doing this on an 18 count white opalescent Aida. So I may or may not leave off the bottom, the snow that was under the ornament. I may leave that off because this is white. This is my starting point for next year. And I currently have 1,807 stitches completed out of 9,071. I am at 19.92%. I have a goal to finish it. I have it divided into 8 milestones. The first milestone will be to get it to 30%. And this is in the Christmas category. Next up are 3 WIPs. I will be showing you kind of the mock-up of the introduction. This is, I didn't get this goal done either. Poor Lachlan. I'm doing the same project 3 times. This is from Stuart Cunningham of Cunning Cross Stitch. This is his Harry Potter Stitch Your Own Adventure. The pattern is no longer available. However, if you are a fan of Lord of the Rings, he is doing a free Stitch Your Own Adventure that is Middle-earth themed. So if you like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and all that, go check him out. He's got a Facebook page. The Sal is free. It is a Stitch Your Own Adventure, so every piece is going to be different. So this is really the only mock-up I'm going to be able to show you. And like I said, I'm doing this 3 times. I'm doing it once for myself and then once for Peyton and Lachlan, my 2 kids. They're each going to get one because I already hear them fight enough. I don't need to hear them fight over this. So this one is Peyton's. That is my starting point for his. And I think he's going to end up going into the Gryffindor house, which will be in the, I gotta tell you what they're, so these are all in the Sal category, for sure. Let me see, Harry Potter. Yeah, they're all in the Sal category. So Peyton, I have a goal of 4,000 stitches on his with 8 milestones, and the first milestone is 500 stitches. And then this one is mine, and they're all on 16 count Aida. Mine, I kind of threw a little bit of coffee into the mix to try to give it more of a parchmenty look. And that was like 3 years ago. I like how I got the look I was going for. I'm happy with it. So it's not like dark. I was just kind of like going for like old paper. And Peyton and Lachlan's, I'm like, no, I'm just going to do it on the fabric as is. Mine, I have a goal of 4,000 stitches. 8 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches. And then Lachlan's, I did not get my original goal done, so I feel kind of bad. He doesn't know though. He has no idea. But this is Lachlan's, and I have a goal of 4,000 stitches on his as well. 8 milestones. First milestone, 500 stitches. So I think that regarding the houses that they're going to be in, I'm pretty sure I'm going to let them pick their houses like you're supposed to. Years, like when I did the quiz to find out where I would be placed, they had played, like the quiz put me in Ravenclaw. I'm kind of curious if I would still be put in Ravenclaw because that was 3 years ago, and I don't feel like I'm the same person, so, but I don't know if it would change what house I go into. My boys both got into Hufflepuff. I don't really see either one of them being in a Hufflepuff. Well, I kind of see it. When I read the description of what represents a Hufflepuff, I was like, I could see that. But Peyton really wants to be in Gryffindor, and Lachlan really wants to be in Slytherin. So I'll just let them pick their houses, and I will probably just stick with Ravenclaw for mine. But so side note, getting sidetracked here because their school, they go to a charter school. So it's like it'll end up being K through 12, but the elementary school portion, they divide I don't think the middle school's included in it. I think it's the elementary school. They have their entire elementary school divided into houses like this. And I sent a picture because I play the Harry Potter cross-stitch game on Facebook. And I sent a picture to my Harry Potter group because they had, we were there for some kind of event. And they had all their house flags like lining the ceiling. It was like you were at Hogwarts. It was the coolest thing. They had like all these decorations for each house. They had flags just running down the ceiling. They have contests all year for them to win house points, and whichever house wins the most points, that house has a big party in the cafeteria at the end of the year. It's so cool. It's the coolest thing. I love it. I absolutely love it. So anyway, but they're not Ravenclaw, like they're not Harry Potter houses. They came up with different names for them. But yeah, it was really neat. I was just in shock and awe. It was very neat. Okay. Back to me. All right. This next piece is from Cross Stitch for Everyone on Etsy. This is Ho Ho Ho. I don't know why I'm trying to pull it up in Pattern Keeper to show you the mock-up because I have it right here. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I originally had a goal to finish it. I am currently at 10.42%. I'm just doing this on a 14 count Aida, like silver something or other, some kind of Aida that has a bunch of silver crap in it. I'm at 10.42%. I have 1,006 stitches done out of 9,659. I have a goal to finish it. 9 milestones. First milestone is 20%. So about a little under 1,000 stitches to get it to the 20%. All right. Oh. No, I did tell you the Harry Potter ones. Ho 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 is in 2 categories. It's in Etsy and it's in Christmas. Okay, next up is from Stitching Jewels Design. This is James Dean. It's a monochrome piece, and it is 170 by 240. And this is what it's going to look like when he is done. I've been trying to finish this for a couple years now. I'm doing this on an 18 count Ada in the color Hazelwood, I think it is. I think it's Hazelwood. I could be wrong. I've said the name of this color so many times, like wrongly. I don't even know what the correct color is. That is my starting point for next year. I want to finish this one too. Out of all the finishes I'm calling for, I really hope this is one, because I've been trying to finish this for this will be going into the 3rd year. I am at 4,592 stitches done out of 12,954. I'm at 35.45%, and I'm doing this in black. And this is in the Etsy category, I believe. Oh my God. I've been talking too much. Etsy category. I have a goal to finish, 6 milestones. First milestone is 45%. I'm getting close to being done. Next up is my Million Stitch project. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio. And, oh, I said I was going to take this out of the Q-Snap to show at the WIP parade. So let me do that. Catching Rays from the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. This is 1,200 by 900. It is 1,080,000 stitches. I know there's pieces that are bigger than that, but this is freaking huge for me. It's the biggest one I've ever worked on. And you know what? 1,000,000 stitches is a lot of stitches. So, it's something worth kind of bragging. I got a 1,000,000 stitch project. All right. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. And I have 3 pages completed and almost have a 4th page complete. My fabric is folded up. Actually, let me show you the whole fabric. That's the whole fabric. This is 32 count. It takes up half my bed. You can't even see the bottom. Oh my God, I can't get the bottom. It's so much fabric. I have a queen size bed and it takes up half of my bed. Okay, let me show you where I've been working. So I have 3 pages completed. I was doing the and then a 4th page that's almost done. I've been doing the pages in a checkerboard. Look at the detail on that palm tree. A terrible palm tree. Not that I hate palm trees, so I'm always going to call them terrible. The detail is fabulous though. It looks really good, but I freaking hate it. But God, look at that. And then that page is almost done. So I've been doing the pages in a checkerboard because I kind of wanted to get down to the bottom where the fun stuff was, but I always start in the upper left-hand corner. And I don't know if I want to keep doing that. I change up how I stitch all the time. I may or may not, like I want to finish this page and then I may or, I don't know, tell me what you guys think. This is how I know if you're actually watching my WIP parades. Tell me what you think about catching rays. Should I keep doing this in a checkerboard? I have been trying to watch my tension so I don't get page lines. I will say that. Because I know that's kind of my concern, but I've been watching my tension so I don't get page lines. But what do you think? Should I keep working in a checkerboard? Because I was going to do the next page down here, which would give me the opportunity to keep going down this way, or going up this way, or going down this way. It'll kind of open, if I do this page next, that'll open me up to more directions. But should I keep doing a checkerboard or should I just start filling this crap in? Tell me what you think. So I have a total of 24,974 stitches done out of 1,080,000. I am at 2.31%. That's a lot of percent, considering 1% is over 10,000 stitches for 1%. I have goals. I have a goal to get it to 3%. The milestones may change because I did work on this for a little bit, which upped my thing. Maybe. Yeah, so I think I'm only going to end up with 7 milestones. I have it at 8 right now. And each milestone is to get it to 0, increase it by 0.1%, which I think is about just over 1,000 stitches. Because 1% is 10,000. So 0.1 should be 1,000, right? So increase it by 0.1% each milestone with the goal of getting it to 3%. And this is in, I know it's in full coverage. It might be the only one it's in. Catch and raise. Yeah, it's in the full coverage category. It's my bag. Here it be. Okay. So that's it for the projects that I was actively working on. I'm not done yet. Hang on. Let me just pop this Q-snap back together. Q-snap. My faux snap. It's not a real Q-snap. It's an off-brand. I'm still not done. Okay, next up is from Cooler Design Studio. This is Spring Sampler. I think, why did I have this in a separate location? I don't know. So there was some that I completed the goals on, so I stuck them in one location. There was some that I completed them, but I didn't want to dig the container out to alphabetize it, so I was like, now I'll just put it here for right now. But this is Cooler Design Studio Spring Sampler for artwork by Sandy Orton. And that is what it's going to look like when it's done. 28 count tea-dyed Monaco 2/2 full cross. This is my starting point for next year. There we go. And this is in, I want to say 2 categories. It should be in seasonal series and sampler-esque. Let me just double check. Spring. Yeah. And I have a goal of 5,000 stitches, 10 milestones, first milestone being 500 stitches. Okay, next up is Dimensions Gold Collection WIP. I can't figure this out. There we go. Let me just hold it like this. This is Holiday Village. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm just using whatever comes in the kit. And this is my starting point for next year. Right there. So I started in the middle. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. So I started in the middle, and then I just started working my way over, and then I started working on this, and I got that done. And so then I've been working up here in the corner. So that's the top left corner. I'm a liar. It's my top right corner. And I have a goal of 5,000 stitches, 10 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches. And this is, I'm guessing, large kits and Christmas. Holiday Village. Yep, large kits and Christmas. We're almost done, sort of. Next up is from Stitchman Darcy, and this is I Love You to Death. These obviously have been all like whips. Do you hear that? Mr. Whisker's hacking up a hairball. I apologize because I hate Pattern Keeper just shut off on me. Really? And here he goes again. That's what you get for licking up all that fur. I'm so sorry if you can hear that, because that sound grosses me out. I can only imagine what it's like in your ears if you got headphones in. I am so sorry. Don't you start, hey, get away from that light. All right, where is this piece? All right, I Love You to Death by Stitchman Darcy. This is available on Etsy. It's $2.55 by $1.55. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. You can add in your own names on the gravestones. I don't really have anybody in mind to put on there, so I may go ahead and put Mr. Whiskers and Gracie Lou, my two kitties. And I am currently, spoiler alert, I hit my goal of 30%. And I'm doing this on a 28 count light gray Aida or linen of some sort. It was that creepy vibe that I was going for. I am at 2,828 stitches done out of 9,401. I am at 30.08%. Doing it 2 strands, full cross with the called for DMC. I have a goal to finish it. And I have it divided into 8 milestones. The first milestone, oh, it's going to be 7 milestones because I made this card before I hit my goal. So my first milestone will actually be to get it to 40%, which will be about 940 stitches to get it to that goal. Yeah, when I wrote the card out, I did not think that I was going to end up hitting my goal, but I did. And this is in the Etsy category. Yeah, it's in the Etsy category. I'll show that after. Next up is another whip. This is from Dimensions, and it is called Walking to Town. It's one of the older kits. Copyright 1999. So probably one of, yeah, it's one of, maybe my second oldest whip. I know 3 Bird Watchers, as far as I know right now, is my oldest one. And I'm doing whatever comes in the kit. And this is my This is my starting point for next year. You see how old it is? I have masking tape on the edges. 'Cause I'm bougie. And I think when I get to the French knots that are in the sky, someone has suggested doing beads, and then someone else said, yes, I second that, do beads. And I will probably do beads for the snow, the snow falling in the sky. I have a goal of 4,000 stitches, so we will not be getting to the beads next year. 8 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches, and this is in, I want to say 2 categories. I think large kits and Christmas. Walking to town. Yep, large kits and Christmas. Next up is from Modern Folk Embroidery. This is the 2023 stitch along. Yes, 2023 stitch along, Reaching Skyward. Excuse me. This is my mock-up. This is not what the original piece looks like. These are the colors I'm using. And I'm doing it in 917 and 336, I think. Let's see if I'm right. Yes, 917 and 336. Okay, I'm doing this on Mystic Fabrics Fabric of the Month from November of 2022 in the color Polar Blue. And I absolutely love this fabric. Look at that. Love this fabric. This is where I'm at. Spoiler alert, I hit my goal. Whatever that goal was, I'll tell you about it in my floss tube. I am at 1,500 stitches done out of 47,789. I am at 3.14%. I'm doing it 2 strands full cross, and this is a 20 count Aida. I have a goal of 10,000 stitches, 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. So that should get me pretty far, because 1,500 is 3.14%. Maybe like 25% it'll get me, about, if I get all this done. Reaching Skyward. It's in 2 categories. It's in Sal's and it's in Sampleresque. Okay. Next up is a new start. And this is going to be out of a magazine, and it's from World of Cross Stitch for 2024. So this is a new Sal. So if you get World of Cross Stitch magazine, it's Stitcher's Paradise, which is the Doreen Jones Sal for 2024. This piece right here. And because I don't know when I'm going to be pulling this stuff, I didn't want to pull this and be like, oh, I need to work on block number 3 and it's not out yet. So I just said that I wanted to get 6,000 stitches done, 12 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches, and I will be doing this on 28 count white opalescent Lugana. There's some of the sparkle over 2 over 2. And this is in Sal's, I know that. Stitcher's Paradise. Sal and Fancy Like. I think it's fancy. All right. Last one. I do have a finish to show you because I finished something since I filmed the first part of the WIP parade. So I do have a finish to show you, but I wanted to get all this stuff done first. Okay, last one is a new purchase that I just got. This is Christmas Cupcake from the Cross Stitch Studio. They just released this. 300 by 315, 91 colors. The background is not stitched. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is the fabric I'm going to stitch it on. I'm super excited. Another Mystic Fabrics Fabric of the Month. And this is a 20 count Aida in the color Palomino. This was actually the brand new, so new pattern, new fabric. This is December 2023 Fabric of the Month from Mystic Fabrics. And the cupcake is not going to take up the whole thing. God, look at that. It looks so good. I am super excited. The cupcake is not going to take up the whole thing, so I just got to double check my measurements, and I'm going to start it off to the side so that I can save as much of this fabric as I can to do other projects on. I really love this color. So this is a total stitch count, because it's not full coverage, of 67,748. And I have a goal of 5,000 stitches, 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And I know it's in Christmas. That might be the only category it's in. Yeah, it's in the Christmas category. Did I mark this as a new start? I don't think I did. I know what my end number should be though, so I'll know if I got that right. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show you is my final finish for 2023. And this was from Dimensions, small little kit called Believe. I finally got it done. I guess I can get rid of my goal card, huh? And here it is. My final 2023 finish. I will go over this more in my floss tube. But that's it. Really cute. I just gotta think of how I want to do a FFL one. I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to frame it? Do I want to like turn it into a cute little... Well, I could turn it into a cute little pillow. I know what this is out of. Holiday Village. Here it is. I was like, oh no! Okay. So, I can't put this up yet because I got to show it in my floss tube. All right. So, in this section, hang on, I got a math. In this section, I showed 72 projects. Of those 72 projects, oh my God, hold on. 10, 20, 30. Okay. In this part, in part 5, oh my God. In part 5, I showed 72 projects. Of those 72 projects, 36 of them were new starts. And of those 72 projects, I said that I wanted to finish 29 of them. So whoops. Hang on. Let me just math this real quick. Okay. Grand total. I am saying, I'm going to give you the final number at the end. I am saying that hang on. Let me reword this. Okay. Grand total of everything. I am saying that I want to finish 134 projects. I am going into the year with 121 WIPs, which means that I completed 18 projects in 2023. Pat myself on the freaking back. Nice. I am going into 2024 with 121 WIPs. I want to start 199 projects. I couldn't just make it an even 200. No, I couldn't. Why? Because my grand total of my projects is 320. If I start everything next year, I will have 320 WIPs at the end of the year. Not that I don't want to start everything, I do, but if I don't pull it, I won't start it, of course. So, 320 projects. 121 of them are WIPs. 199 of them are new starts. I want to have 134 finishes. That ain't gonna happen yet. Like, y'all. I swear. What is wrong with me? What have I been smoking? So again, the goals, the milestones and the goals are not like these finishes. They're just something so that I can keep working on them to get them to as close of a finish as possible. I am going to have a focus piece of Honeymoon Sunset. I'm doing a challenge with Alara, and I will be going over this again in my floss tube. So if you watch my floss tube, right after you watch this, I'm going to be repeating a lot of this. I will have a focus piece of Honeymoon Sunset. I'm doing a challenge with Alara. She's going to use Dragons of the Sabbat. We are each going to be putting in 1,000 stitches a week on our projects for 25 weeks with a goal of 25,000 stitches. So we are going to do 25,000 stitches in 25 weeks on one project. Join in on us if you want. We're going to use the hashtag 25K in 25 weeks. If I actually post on Instagram. I'm really bad about it. And then me and her have a side thing going on that involves money. So that's between me and her. But if you want to join in on the fun and stitch 25,000 stitches on a project broken down into 1,000 stitches a week, by all means, join us. It's fine. So I'll have that. I will have a focus on a finish. where I will take a project that's kind of near the finishing point and keep it out and just keep working on it. I will figure out what project that will be in my floss tube to be starting off with. So it'll be one of my 134 listed finishes. But of course, it'll have to be one that's already started. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, my focus on finishes is brand new project I haven't started yet. I'm thinking that the first one is going to be my friend's piece. But like, I don't want to say focus on a finish and it's like still way far back. So that's why I want to do something that's pretty close to being done. So I'm thinking the first two pieces are going to be my best friend's quotes and probably that gnome that I just showed you, the May gnome, because it's already at 75%. So I will probably do the friend's piece first and then be the May gnome. Like, I'll have both of those, like, kind of, the May gnome will be waiting in the wings in case I finish the friend's piece before my next floss tube. So I'll have those two. I was debating on doing a daily 30, but I think I might just do my focus on a finish as my daily 30. But my focus on a finish, I'm calling a FOF. Focus on a finish. FOF. Hashtag FOF. Was it just those two focus pieces? I feel like there might have been one more. Oh, I think I had said like my travel/work project, but that's going to be anything I pull out that's like easy to work on, like already in a kit, boom, boom, ready to go. Like nothing big full coverage, nothing that I need pattern keeper for, nothing that I got to pull like 50 million colors for. So if it's already like kitted up, ready to go, I'll use that as my work piece because I can just grab the bag and just like take off with it. So I'm still on the edge on, like, kind of on the fence, not on the edge. I'm on the fence about if I'm going to do like a daily 30. I was inspired by Suki, the Brown Eyed Stitcher. If you don't watch her, she has Woodland Enchantress from Dimensions Gold Collection, and she did a daily 30 on that piece in 2023. She has gotten so much on it completed. She's gotten so much on it completed. So I'm kind of thinking, like, you know, I have my milestones and my goals, but if I do like a daily 30, I may take one of those and set those goals aside for that. I don't know. It's going to mess up my milestones and goals. That's why I'm kind of on the fence about doing a daily 30. I don't know. We shall see. Plus, you know how I am with switching projects. I don't know if I could do daily 30. So I might just, maybe I'll just make my daily 30 my FOF. Whatever I'm trying to finish up. And then if I finish both of the FOFs, I'll just set that aside until I get to the next floss tube and I'll pick new FOFs. I like it, both. So when I pull my pieces to work on, I will tell you what categories they are in and then which category I will be working on that for. Which category that piece will be worked for. So I'm just going to talk about some numbers, like how many, I'm just going to tell you really quick about how many projects are in each category. So if you don't want to listen to that, you can go ahead and click off. I'm not really showing anything else now. But in the full coverage category, I have 61 projects. In holiday, I have 22. Seasonal series, I have 63. But I have to change some of the categories on some of these pieces, so this is gonna actually change a little bit. Fancy like, I have 32, because I remember I have some projects in multiple categories. Etsy is $33. See, yeah, that's actually going to increase because of the Year of Gnome sale. Christmas is $57. Large kits is $48. Small kits is $40. Gnomes is $21. I'm surprised I don't have more, honestly. That's why I made it its own category. I thought I had more pieces. Sampleresque is $21 as well. Sal's will be increasing. Right now it's $13, but it's going to be increasing because I got to put the Year of Gnome Stitch Along in there. I don't know what I was doing. I must have been really tired. And then other right now is $19 unless I put those pieces in. Like I might move Poltergeist Pirates over to seasonal. I mean holiday, because it's kind of Halloween-y. Anyway, Stitchography could probably be moved to Sal because it was for World Cross Stitch Day, so a lot of people did it. Anywho, that's all my stuff. It's a ridiculous amount. My mom is going to kill me when she sees all my stuff. But on that note, she bought some of it for me. So you can't yell at me about all my things, Mother, because you contributed to it. All right. I can feel another coughing fit coming on. I have a big old hairball to clean up off the carpet now. Thanks a lot, Mr. Whiskers. I hope that you guys enjoyed this WIP parade as much as I enjoyed filming it. 10 hours of listening to me talk. No wonder I have a sore throat and I'm coughing. Because I've been talking to you guys for 10 hours. That's it. That's it. That's my WIP/start parade for 2023-2024. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, ask them down below. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. You should be if you're still watching me at 2 hours and 23 minutes of part 5. But sometimes people forget, so hit the subscribe button down below and the bell to be notified whenever I post a video. I typically post every 2 weeks unless something comes up, like I'm sick or I'm traveling or I have my kids for whatever reason, because I film on the weekends. I don't have my kids normally. So I may or may not start doing Stitch With Me's next year too. I might like do a floss tube and then film a Stitch With Me, but then post it later on, like the following weekend. I might do a Stitch With Me. I might start doing Stitch With Me's. I was kind of debating because I can't talk really about work because I'm in the medical field. So, you know, hippopotamus rules. Can't talk about patients. I could talk about my kids. I can talk about food. I was chatting with Alara and she was talking about like trying to riding the struggle bus, trying to come up with dinner ideas. And I'm like, well, what do you guys like? And I could probably find some stuff on Pinterest. And then I was like, oh, hold up. I've got boom, boom. And I just sent her like 7 recipes off the top of my head for stuff I make for my kids. So I could talk about food. Yeah, so I could probably figure out stuff to talk about. That's maybe even just talk about cross stitch even more. Who doesn't want to talk about that? So yeah, I might start doing Stitch With Me's next year. Let me know if you'd want it, if you would want that. I feel like you would. I feel in my heart of hearts that you wouldn't mind a Stitch With Me, to listen to me yammer on for like an hour or so, since you love my long videos. Okay, all right, so anyway, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Finally, take care. Happy stitching. Thank you so much for watching. And I will, get a lot of stitches in, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.